Welcome, collective. Sacred spiritual healer here. Spirit guides are present, my higher self. My DM, spirit, will be a totem for the divine masculine messages. And I've already shuffled and meditated, just finishing up, making sure things are clear. Had to relight it, had to get a new candle. What can I say? It's still Mercury retrograde, right? At least I didn't burn myself today. Okay. So we will get started on the overall energies. I'm going to set these here. Hopefully they're out of the way a little bit. Spirit wants us to start off with some positive cards. Things that you need to hear from them. Remember, these are channeled messages that I just wrote on the index cards. Eventually I'll make them real cards. Spirit, give us the messages that you wish them to hear. Here comes the dogs. I hear them now. Trump, trump, trump. Plant your seeds and sow them well, which is having faith. First one up on this one is, when is the first time you felt jealous? Ask Spirit to give you a vision to show you, and then listen, release, and let it go. Heal. Walk in nature. The yellow tourmaline, solar plexus, also heals your liver, spleen, kidneys, gallbladder issues. Solar plexus is your courage, your strength, your intuition. On the other side, what is your north node, your south node? Study this and know. I'm going to go with this group. DM is protecting you from the karmic harsh words per spirit. And remember that the karmic may be a few channels now have also picked up the same energy, that they could be trying still to conduct magic or pay someone to do spells against the divine feminine. So get you some black tourmaline. This is tourmaline in raw. I have it on my bracelet. I have a necklace. Picture yourself as a child. Now imagine your adult self. Meet your child self. Smile. Hug the child. Assure them all will be well and that they are safe and they are loved. This is doing your inner child healing. And be sure, if you are trying to manifest or do spell work on your own, do no harm, because karmic energy will come back to you. I'll put that there. Stop blaming others for your issues, including the divine counterpart. It's not their fault. They can't come to you. If you're not healing, the feminine has to do the healing, and then of course it mirrors to the counterpart. Bloodstone, you can look it up, and there is more to heal. Dig deeper, Spirit says, dig deeper. And if you were asking yourself something, the answer is yes. So that's those. Let me get the ones that were dealt. Okay, universe will provide you with what you need, but don't abuse it. When you're manifesting, don't ask for all the plush things of abundance. Ask for the things you need so that you can help others. Let it go. Forgive yourself and others. So forgive your mom for not knowing how to love you better, or for hitting or spanking you as a child, and your dad, your sisters, your brothers, others in your life as a child. And forgive yourself for allowing it or for not speaking up. And remember that forgiving someone is healing you, not the other person. Balance. Balance your inner yin-yang, masculine, feminine energies. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine. Forgive them. Again, a big thing right now, energy for forgiving others, especially your counterpart, your divine masculine, if they've, gossiped about you or done something that offended you or is still in a karmic relationship for some reason, or talking to the karmic or the baby mama, as they say. Forgive them, but heal past that. You need to be healed of your own jealousy issues to be able to overlook those and have mercy on them for actions they do. Heal your past life traumas. Yes, you. And past life traumas. Meditation. Ask Spirit to show you past life or areas that need to heal, and do past life regression services. Alright, so that's for those. I also have this pile here. I shuffled them and I kind of just mixed them up to make sure that they weren't, when I shuffle them regularly, they kind of stick together. So, again, just kind of gonna mix them. Just seemed to be an easier way of mixing them before. Okay, so balance your soul star chakra. This is above your crown chakra, and it's a pink ball of chakra that's above your crown chakra. So you can, when you're doing your meditation, you open and activating your chakras, ask Spirit to, balance, activate your soul star chakra, this pink ball, and that the pink energy flows throughout your aura. Balance base chakra so that you're grounded, right? This is 18 centimeters below your feet. It's the base chakra, is Earth, well, that would be really your Earth star chakra, is that one, and then at your tail of your spine is your base chakra, and it's deep red, like a ruby red. Do you or they lie? Never felt good enough as a child? Parents lied to you as a child? Protect yourself when you were a child, so you would lie so you wouldn't get in trouble. These are the reasons that you would still lie as an adult. So heal those. Go back to the inner child again. Balance your heart chakra. This is the green chakra. Ask Archangel Gabriel to come in and heal and balance that chakra. Spend energy with like-minded people. So spend your time with people that are spiritually minded as you are, with maybe yoga or meditation. Your local metaphysical shops will have usually have support groups, or not support groups, but groups where you get together and do things. I want to show, speaking of that, let's take time from the reading. So for our local groups, we have, just going to give a shout out for the Labyrinth Walking, and I'm going to show their contact information for those in South Carolina. There, is that? Trying to get it. Maybe I should. Let's see, the camera must be tipped sideways. How's that? So it's, they do tarot readings, crystal readings, reiki, chakra balancing. And it's labyrinth walking. Okay, and then the one, my favorite, is down in, it's called Old Magic Ways. They do guided past life regression. And they have a group that gets together as well. So these are, I get this from the Labyrinth, the Blessed Sage sprays. I get that from the Labyrinth, and then usually some of my bracelets I get there as well. Most of my other stuff and all my cards I either get online or at that Old Magic Ways. Alright, So your spirit guides are near you. Raise your own vibration first. So do your meditation, raise your vibration, and that will also help your counterpart. Manifestation, calling in, or I call back fragmented pieces of my soul. Do this regularly. Okay? Alright, so we'll get on with the energy. Spirit goes, thank you. So Divine Feminine today, remember how we always mirror, right? So yesterday was the gazelle for the masculines. Today the feminines get the gazelle. And the masculines get the nightingale. So we just switch off and on. They reflect our energy, and then vice versa. So that was the cards underneath here. The gazelle here is very fast, protective. It's a fire energy for the feminines. Almost a maternal, I'm getting more of a maternal or a nesting type, getting ready to, you know, prepare to protect throughout the cold winters perhaps. And still maybe some antennas going up of the kind of, instead of the devil energy, these are, I'm feeling more of the, like antennas. They're trying to be alert to things that are going to harm them perhaps, so they can protect. Nightingale, the masculines in the dark, looking to the light, looking to his feminine. See how he's looking over there, singing, trying to call out to them. Perhaps you're getting telepathic, messages, and they are singing. They sensed your energy yesterday, and now they're happier. Remember, they had the gazelle with the fiery energy. Okay, so Divine Feminine also get the nightingale singing back, that telepathic communication going back to the counterpart and also to spirit and divine. You see how this is the masculine now, and this one is looking the other way. So maybe turned their back on the masculine and really are singing out to their spirit guides, to the divine source. Peacock's being very proud and of himself for being more intuitive, maybe having that awakening and feeling that aha moments in their head. So they're spreading their wings, you know, like the peacock has that huge tail that they fan out, and it always, to me, it always looks like they're kind of strutting around with pride of how beautiful they are. And that's the energy the masculines are in, which is beautiful. There, divine spirit. Here's the messages for the divine collective, the body, mind, and soul. Body, mind, and soul, please, for the divine counterpart. So the top's going to be the bottom, middle is your what they're thinking about, or the divine, either one, and then the bottom is what's in heart space. So if it's you're hearing the message and it's not something you're thinking about, then it's what your masculine's thinking about, or vice versa. So they're listening in the 3D, they're hearing you, they're communicating perhaps, listening to their spirit guides as well, hearing the divine talk to them, listening and paying attention to the synchronicities, paying attention to the symbols, messages. Perhaps they're receiving birds near their home or at their workplace that is catching their eye, and they're paying attention and seeing what that message is from spirit. What's that owl saying to them? They want to flip. So Death of the Old. I'm gonna have to check on this one. Hang on. Yes. Okay. Not like yesterday. So the communication is supposed to be upright. Right. The cup's supposed to be upright. Yes. Okay. Spiritually, this gets flipped. Okay. Sorry, I forgot the mic. So hopefully this is better. Okay, that's what they're thinking about. I love how it lines up. And if you can see, he doesn't look happy, and yet there's the shadow energy. And she is releasing things she lost with the ending there. Alright, and then their heart space spirit. Cards for their heart space. Okay. Alright. Let me just look at these. I don't think I'm taking all of these. So we had heart space first. Next. That's peculiar. I'm going to set them there. I'll use them at the end. Alright. So this, I thought was quite peculiar, but Spirit says leave it here because this goes with this. So I'm leaving it there as instructed. Okay, so we're starting off in the 3D, the body of and listening. Remember, he's paying attention to the birds that are nearby, knowing that they're carrying a spiritual message from the divine source, Great Spirit, God, whoever you're listening, referencing to. They're in their belief system of this journey that they are on. They're in their heart chakra open. They are feeling more empowered, but not quite strong enough yet to come forward in person, as only the cape only covers half of their body, right? So as the page, they're still in that lack of confidence or immature energy. All right, and that could be emotional immaturity. It doesn't have to be physical immaturity. But here we're having in the 3D that death. They're feeling the death of spiritual, something going on with the transformation of their spirit. So going through a change, especially just recently with the 1111 portal, many people had more downloads, more ascension, transformed, and so that's what some of the divine masculines are still going through, this transformation today. And their heart, though, when they come out of this energy, is it doesn't take long. They may not even notice it, but they come out of that energy with a cup full of a new perspective, something that they hadn't noticed before, of this understanding. Now they can look at themselves through their divine counterpart and know that their cup overflows with love and emotion. The communication that they're sending out to the divine spirits or to the spirit guides, as well as back to them. They're receiving that communication. And perhaps for some of you, you're receiving communication today. But this is the King of Swords. He's not real happy that he had to be in his truth. His spirit guides are holding him to it, though. Spirit guides are helping him get away from that devil energy on his side, the things that are like thorns to his side, holding him down. These are holding him back, but he wants to be in his truth. He might not be happy about it, but the spirit guide is telling him you're not moving until you are in your truth. You can't move forward until you're in your truth. Thank you, Spirit. And this is them moving forward, releasing the things that don't serve them, releasing their counterpart, releasing the control over the situation. Perhaps for some it's releasing the karmic. But they are in the belief system of this connection. They are holding fast. They are standing on their solid ground, the rocks, not in that faulty foundation. Okay, so in their mind space, they're thinking about leaving behind those things that no longer serve them. They know that you're always at their side in spirit. They are listening to the synchronicities. They're holding to their walking stick of this journey. They believe in this journey, and they are holding to it. Now, this one here was a little more in depth here, because they are feeling in their mind, they keep thinking, Eight of Swords, that they have to get out of this devil energy. They know they have to let go of the alcohol. They know they have to let go of the sex addictions or workaholic energy. Let go of people, persons in their lives that are snakes in the grass in their environment. They feel bound as to how to do that. So they're trying to be stubborn on one hand, but yet the passion is there telling them they have to do it. They're just not sure how, so they're blindfolding themselves, holding their hands as if they're tied, but they're not tied. They're putting themselves in this position. They just have to walk forward, take the step of faith. In their mind, they're thinking about their high priestess, because they know that she is studying this belief, the counterpart. Rather, they know that she sees all things, that she sees the truth behind their lies, she sees behind the veil that's been removed for her, her level of her gifts, her power, her enlightenment and spiritual connection, that she has done the work. She's gone in and done the inner child work. She's studying this, the quantum physics behind this, and knows how to move that energy, as all things are energy. She is an expert in her manifestation. She understands that without darkness there is no light, and that we have to have that yin and yang, the balance between dark and light. And balancing things off is in the both persons' mind space right now. The thoughts, they're thinking they want this to be balanced, and sometimes they may feel like it's not stable. This log could easily roll, so at the same time they want to be with their loyal sidekick. They've turned their back to the other ships that are coming in, and they are focused only on balancing the divine, what has come from the divine. Normally this is them juggling as well as taking the leap of faith with the foot, but here I feel like this is almost being seen as ignoring the other ships that come in and just waiting for spirit to drop down the pentacle, that divine coin, right, the divine connection, and focused on that one from the divine. Okay, and here we again have the shadow of many tears in the previous full moon. It was very emotional for some. Perhaps there was some communication. They howled back and forth at each other. There may have even been some arguments, but most of it was very emotional communication that they were having. And if it wasn't in the 3D, it was in the ethers. And the crab here with the science alchemic symbol on his back is ready to move forward down that path with or without their counterpart, but they're taking that path straight ahead that's illuminated for them. So most of the divine feminines are, once they're reaching here, they're knowing what's from the divine, and they're moving forward with or without their counterpart. If the counterpart isn't awakened, hasn't left that karmic, the feminines are moving on, moving forward for their highest good. Seeing that they have to leave things behind to be balanced, to have the cup of love, and while it's emotional, it's going to take them to a place of calmer waters so that they can have that sun card while they heal their inner child and their counterpart's inner child. They're not going to leave behind the connection. They're just moving on with the other aspects of their life. In the heart space, the feeling, the emotions, here are the Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, being nurtured by the divine, by spirit. The Hierophant here is, again, there are some that are having to go through a divorce, and some that are having to give up this devil energy. You notice here, this is right in alignment, the death of their old self, the death and the transformation of their new selves, giving them that enlightenment that they need to change this habits, these devil energies. And this could also even be either the court system saying divorce, put away the sex and habits, addictions, or the other addictions that go along with the devil energy here. With this whip here, he's cracking it and holding up the fact that there's only one divine gift for you. You didn't have a choice in there, like cracking the whip to get in gear. This is also in their emotions, coming up out of their emotions on this trout. It might not even be a trout, that's just what I see it as. Holding up this cup of love. But he is trying to control the situation as he moves out of his emotions. He's trying to control his emotions, per se, as this knight moves forward, not being completely in his truth here. Perhaps too embarrassed to admit that he's that emotional, right? But here's someone's having the strength to move forward, following the divine guidance, looking to the divine great spirit for that, regarding the flame connection, and ignoring the snakes in the grass that are at their feet, probably nearby them in the home environment, nearby them in the work environment, and so forth. Having the strength to climb that next mountain regarding this journey. The Knight of Pentacles here is ready to, on the squirrel, make slow movement, but he's coming in truth, ready to defend the connection. He's receiving acorns or bits and pieces of information from spirit, and he's finally realizing the truth that he needs to move forward, and the time is now. Coming out of that dark energy of unknowing, unrealizing what he had to give up, that he had to stop being rooted in his old belief systems and look at the new belief systems, uproot those, and reroute with this journey, this connection, this spiritual way forward. All the synchronicities and symbols that have been put out there by the divine, they are now seeing the light and moving forward to the connection where they have these two of cups, equal give and take, nurturing one another. If the feminine is offering love and affection and healing, and then the masculine is reciprocating with their cup of love and their cup of nourishment and healing as well. Being near the calmer waters for the greener pastures, willing to go together up over those mountains. And the Spirit did say that we're going to continue with these. Up over the mountains. The judgment was here. They surrendered to the divine source, saying, you know, I've tried this my way of the rooted belief systems. I've tried to hold on to what I thought was the right way to do things. I was wrong, and I am surrendering myself to the divine. I want to come out of the cold, and Spirit is helping them to do that, to realize that the karmic is only there to harm them, to teach them lessons, and they are being locked out of that. Spirit's coming in and just putting a division between those two, so they wake up and see that the person that they thought they were supposed to be with was in fact only there for lessons, and that they are focused on their divine feminine or counterpart, although they still are tied to other things. Perhaps this is work, lack of money, habits, or other people. Okay, and they are moving forward. They have received the enlightenment from the divine, handed them the rod that says, you need to move this forward. Take the swords, have the faith, take the leap of faith into calm waters, and move this partnership forward. Remember, it's not a relationship. Relationships you have with a soulmate, but this divine connection is a partnership, something that you're going to work together, be in mission together. Came here for a sole purpose, as a partner. Five of Swords, defending the flame, defending your stance and situation, your home base, understanding this and protecting from the gossips, the karmics, those that stand against them, and put an end to the fighting. Knowing that there are people that have tried to stir the bee's nest, right? Just maybe they poked the bee's nest and then they're just standing to the side, watching everybody get all stirred up about it, blindfolded. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know what they're fighting about. They just are stirring the commotion. Let's clarify. Okay, so clarifying Page of Wands, Spirit. Clarifying Page of Wands. Oops, hang on. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, clarify that. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Communication of the Wands. So much. Spirits are talkative today. Clarify the King of Swords. Clarify King of Swords. Clarify King of Swords. Clarify King of Swords. Clarify King of Swords. I just get one or two cards. King of Swords. No. That'll teach me to ask. Try this again, Spirit. Just a couple. For the King of Swords. Thank you. So, Page of, hi Seymour. Page of Wands. Go. Back. Page of Wands. Clarified with death. An end to okay. Starting at the top, Eight of Wands, he's communicating to the divine and back to the other regarding the calmer waters that they would like to have, and that they would like that Ace of Cup, that they want to fulfill each their own. Thank you, Spirit. She is filling her own cup, Ace of Cup, overflowing with love, as is he, so that they are both filling each other's and nourishing themselves, putting down things that no longer serve them. Temperance came in and balanced things out. The King of Swords here is being very lax. His sword is down, still not in his truth, and thinks he has choices, or someone has choices. Could be, the male or female, but someone thinks they have choices here, and so Spirit's coming in with the Death card, putting a death to that. The choices mentality of more than a few persons in their lives for that connection. Putting a death to the old self and giving transformation. And then we have the transformation card that we said was here, death. So this is just continuing to this death card. Four of Pentacles was trying to balance things out, but they were broken. They weren't useful the way it was. So Spirit had to come in and cause this transformation so that things could be built anew on a strong foundation, so that they could stop being stuck and holding themselves back. Okay, the Ace of Cup here is with the Nine of Cups. While they each have filled their own Ace of Cup, and built their other emotional cups of emotion, they're still missing the one cup from the counterpart. But this will bring 10 with the Nine of Cups from others, and that one is 10, so they will be fulfilled. This communication to the divine is regarding that devil energy, needing to put an end to the devil energy, getting swept in, thinking it's okay, having excuses for their devil energies. Two of Pentacles, trying to balance, trying to decide which one, trying to see which was from which one of these pentacles, which one of these ships is coming in for just the divine connection. Knowing that there are other soulmates or other things out there that could be, they don't want to be tricked or fooled or choose wrongly this time, because in the past they have chose wrong. The Emperor here is a teacher, a very confident masculine. He has his feet, or he thinks he has the world at his feet, thank you Spirit, but in fact he also still is holding on some of the sexual energies here with the, or temptations, with the two goat heads up here. Horn, are they goats? What are they? Rams? That signifies. But they want that 10 of Pentacles. They want that love. They want to be abundant in all things, and they are turning their back on the karmic or the side piece there. Hangman, putting themselves in the hangman position, deciding that, you know what, I need to look at this from another perspective. So going in, contemplating this, hanging themselves, perhaps it's making them seem, you know, like their world is turning upside down in their emotions. Very emotional state with this card. Both with the moon and the high waves, they're feeling like there's a storm of emotions. Well, they're looking at this from another perspective. It's bringing up more and more, uprooting more emotions. Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Swords, coming forward now that he's come out of that and realized the error of his ways. He's coming forth with truth and very determined. You can see that look on his face, like, wow, I gotta go. And the time is now, I gotta move. The King of Swords here was clarified with the world. If he wants to move forward with the world, as the world wants to move forward, it's always turning, always evolving, and Spirit guides there holding him down, saying if you want to move, you have to be in your truth. So he is coming in his truth, and the world is going to turn, move forward for him. Realizing he has to release those other things that didn't serve him, the other persons in his life. Releasing control of the situation, being on solid ground, and he will get, they, whoever, male or female, has the Sun card at the end. Okay, the next, a lot of cards. I'm going to use my lap for the shuffle, so don't mess those up. I have already shuffled them, but alright, so clarifying 7 of Wands, Spirit, clarifying 7 of Wands. The Hierophant wants to move forward in his mind space. They're seeing themselves as the Hierophant, or if it's the feminine, the High Priestess, which is here. This could also be a court card. The Devil energy with the 8 of Swords moving forward was the Judgment. Judgment is here to put a death to those other things, the other persons in their lives, showing them and telling them they have to be focused on the gift from the divine for the best health of their situation. The Fool card taking that leap forward. And we have the High Priestess, that the divine masculine, sees that his counterpart is the High Priestess now, understands that she sits in her power, and that he has to come to her now, or whoever woke up first is no longer the chaser, put it that way. Because the masculines could certainly have awoken first. Well, that's not very often. And we have the Ace of Cups for the a new start, a new beginning, passion, love, true love, unconditional love. Okay, Two of Pentacles, waiting for that divine pentacle to fall. Yes, coming forward in their truth, moving forward in their truth, thank you, Spirit, is a Knight of Pentacles with that gift on that beautiful stallion. With the Page of Cups, the cup of love, while he may be insecure, coming as a page towards a High Priestess, he's coming across. Pages are always going to be an immature entry level of energy. However, I also think that since if the feminine's awoke first, she's at her High Priestess, then maybe it's not so much that he's immature, but that he's just not as confident. The Tower is here with the Moon card to break down the things, knock everything down to the faulty foundations, things that were left that were no longer needed. Which then comes to the Five of Cups. Seeing what was not needed was fallen, so they have spilt cups, and all that's left are these two cups. But that's all they need is the two divine cups to pour into one cup. Putting an end to that mentality of which one do I choose. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Sun card here is giving you the Nine of Cups, full abundance. Queen of Cups has her cup already filled, and she's very nurturing. She's in her emotions. She's very loving, unconditionally loving. Ace of Pentacles is the offer, the new start with abundance, towards abundance. Clarifying Six of Pentacles in the heart space, Spirit. Yeah, because they want to come in out of the cold with Five of Pentacles. After the death and the new start, they wanted to come in out of the cold into that sun in their heart space. They knew that they had to, this three-person situation was holding them into drowning them. They were drowning in it with the high emotions of the Three of Wands here. They knew that there's the star, that they were supposed to be following that light, but yet they thought they could hide the other three persons. This goes with the Hierophant, and underneath these, remember, was the devil. And it was also keeping her held trapped, the person. Knight of Cups, Spirit. Clarify the Tarot. Queen of Wands. Yes. Moving forward with the Queen of Wands, communication between the two divine with strength, both being strong, both blossoming. And with those two lines, we come up next with the Strength card that she's shown here, is looking up to the divine Great Spirit for communication, for guidance regarding the flame connection. And the Ace of Wands, new start at communication, new start of abundance. As you see all this gold pathway, your pathway will be lit. So this is in their heart space. They want to move forward, even if they have to move forward slow. They have received the messages from Spirit. For the wheel to turn forward, they have to make that move. They have to stop being in the hangman mode and move, and the time is now. Yeah, the Moon energy here, because if you don't move there, this hangman, they're feeling trapped in this little bird cage here in the shadows. They're trapped, they feel trapped in their shadows of their devil energy, your secrets that may have been hidden. But on this side, they can, all they have to do is move forward so that they can be in the light. Okay, Five of Wands. Clarify Five of Wands and the pile of cards beneath it. The Sun sun will come out, the sun will shine. You'll have the happy ending. The sun's the happiest card in the deck. That's why we live in South Carolina. There's always sunshine. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, listening to their higher self. Having that 6 of Cups, equal give and take. And here he is as a white knight moving forward with his cup passionately for equal. This reminds me of the 11-11 communication. Look at their beaks, they're touching, the communication is blossoming, and there's lotus flowers in the water. Emotional communication, passionate communication. Queen of Pentacles sitting in her abundance. And on the bottom we have King of Cups. Sitting in his, while leaving behind things that no longer serve him. Yeah. Let me get you some. Oops. Other messages. Alright, I'm going to use the Angel Fairy deck here, and I have already shuffled and cleansed them, but we will give them wake them up to the current energy. Just waiting. Give up true and precise messages, Spirit. True and precise messages you would like the collective to hear. Let's see, 3 of Spring. Oh, how beautiful is purple. And a purple butterfly. Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Congratulations, High Priestess. You've blossomed like that purple butterfly. The Prince of Summer, romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious. This little fairy is falling in love suddenly, being swept off their feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Yeah, this experience of journey is emotional. Stay grounded as always, and when there's that separation, that pullback, there will be that time of separation while each are healing themselves, but when they come back together it will be like being swept off your feet again. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. 6 of Summer. So this reminds me of the journey in the sense before we pulled back as High Priestesses. We had to pull back, right, and heal ourselves to become in our power, to step into our power, thank you, Spirit, as we transform. But before that, there was that push and pull constantly, right? They trigger you, you heal. You trigger them, they heal, and so forth. So this, to me, is when you come back together after the High Priestess and the Hierophant will meet back up. Perhaps you'll each have a different remembering of events, how this occurred, and it may be for the better or for the worse, but it's all divine. Okay, so let's see, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity. Oh. Taking someone or something for granted. Discontentment with life. This is like the masculines, or the ones that are the runners, that weren't awakened quite yet, and they were trying to distract themselves from seeing the connection. Perhaps they didn't really want to believe in the connection, and so here you have this little baby fairy begging the bigger fairy for forgiveness to move forward. That too. And manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. So yes, volunteer at a homeless shelter perhaps, or soup kitchen, perhaps help at the animal shelter. Alright, so the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you truly are. This is beautiful strength. Number 11 card, you've got the lion and the lamb. It shows the differences between the two that are connected. We not only are so different from our ages or ethnic upbringing, but it reminds me of the lion and the lamb because they're just so vastly different. Reward yourself for all the hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed. Cherish your time alone. Yes, perhaps you're stepping into your power, stepping into your mission, your soul purpose, being self-employed. Perhaps some of you are teaching others online or in the workplace. Generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. So you have, yes, I'm hearing many people have people stepping into their environment soon that are there to help them on their journey. And true love that is long-lasting, choice made from the heart, and a return to good health. So those that have come across some bad health, perhaps, whether it was meant to be because of the connection to slow them down, to have to heal both their physical body and their internals, their soul. True love is lasting, choices made from the heart. Stop being analytical, see it from the heart. Don't be afraid of the passion that you feel inside your heart, not only in your mind. And as weird as that is, coming from an Aquarius who is totally analytical, but yes, feel from your heart. And on the bottom of the deck was opposing goals arising from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So these two little fairies are like battling each other, but perhaps instead of battling over which soul purpose you each have, to combine them, you might have to compromise a little with each other and combine the two soul purposes into one purpose. Alright, that is what I have for you today. I hope you have a blessed Thursday. Namaste.